Hi, welcome to our Pharma Topics channel, which aims at simplifying the pharmacy subjects and allied health sciences subjects. Our topic of discussion is anti-leprotic drugs. It's a treatment of leprosy. It is caused by the agent Mycobacterium leprae. It is otherwise called Hansen's disease, and still there exists a social stigma for the leprosy patients. There are two kinds of leprosy. One is paucibacillary, which is like a patch, and the next is multibacillary, which is more severe form of leprosy. It has subdivisions such as leprimatous leprosy, borderline, and borderline tuberculoid leprosy. Uh, and the National Leprosy Eradication Program in India gives consultation free and medicines are given at free of cost. There are few drugs to address the leprosy. One is clofazimine. It is a dye. Uh, it interferes with the DNA function of the leprosy bacilli and possesses anti-inflammatory effect also. The adverse effects are skin discoloration. It changes to reddish black and discoloration of conjunctiva and the secretions. The other drugs used are rifampicin, ethionamide, tetracyclines such as minocycline, fluoroquinolones such as moxifloxacin, ofloxacin, and macrolides such as clarithromycin. The most important drug is dapsone. When the host cell is infected with the leprosy bacilli, the leprosy bacilli in that cell, the para-aminobenzoic acid gets converted to dihydrofolic acid with the help of the enzyme folate synthase, and that gets converted to tetrahydrofolic acid by dihydrofolate reductase, which is essential for the synthesis of purines and formation of DNA while the cell divides. Dapsone is a sulfone drug. It inhibits the folate synthase and inhibits the production of purines, and the copying of DNA is interrupted. It is the most important drug, very useful drug in case of leprosy. It has many other uses such as anti-malarial. When it is combined with pyrimethamine, it is an alternate to sulfadoxine and pyrimethamine. It is useful in Toxoplasma gondii and Pneumocystis jirovecii. The metabolism of dapsone, it gets acetylated and glucuronidated and sulfated in the liver, and mostly it goes enterohepatic cyclic, and the metabolites are eliminated in urine. The adverse effects are it causes hemolytic anemia, methemoglobinemia in case of patients with G6 PD deficiency, that is the glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency, which happens in the patients who have the deficiency of this enzyme. It also causes gastrointestinal disturbances like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. And dapsone also causes sulfone syndrome, which is within 4 to 6 weeks it may cause sulfone syndrome, fever, malaise, lymph node enlargement, desquamation of the skin, jaundice, and anemia. It also causes lepra reaction, which is very important to note down. It is a Jarisch Hexmeyer reaction. Antigens, it is an allergic reaction. The antigens from the killed mycobacterium gets released, and that causes allergy. It may be mild, severe, or life-threatening, and even it may lead to erythema nodosum leprosum. The drugs used to address the lepra reaction are clofazimine and thalidomide. Previously, thalidomide was withdrawn from the market due to its teratogenicity. Now it is reinduced for treatment of these six type of allergic reactions. The National Leprosy Eradication Program of India, it has two regimens. One is for paucibacillary. It is a 28-day treatment for 6 months. For the day one, the rifampicin is given at 600 mg, and on the other days, dapsone 100 mg is given, and they have to follow this strictly for 6 months. And next is treatment of multibacillary leprosy. Day 1 is administered with rifampicin 600 mg and clofazimine 300 mg, and it should be under the supervision of the physician, followed by 28-day therapy with dapsone 100 mg and clofazimine 50 mg on all other days. So it's a short nutshell information of drugs used in treatment of leprosy. I hope it will be useful for the pharmacy students, nursing students, and all the other allied health sciences students. Thank you for listening. Happy learning. Kindly share this to more of your friends. Kindly subscribe to our Pharma Topics channel and encourage us to put more videos for you. Thank you.